about it. The next thing, and I've heard it now with almost every single speaker who's come up here, including myself, because I said I love the industry. You need to show your passion for travel. And I'm sure all of you have heard the saying, oh, well, when you're on the phone to the client, make sure you have a smile on your face because they'll be able to hear it. Now, I've heard that a million times, but it's true. It is really true. So we're all in the industry because we love to travel. And like I said before, sometimes you have rough clients or you're having a rough day because of someone who's maybe missed a connection or whatever it might be. Really important that you take that neutral point with your clients when you're speaking to them, because they are handing you the opportunity to spend their after-tax dollars on a trip that they might have saved for 3 or 4 years to go on, or a bucket list, or a multi-gen trip, or a destination wedding. That is one of the most important trips that they'll ever do. They're entrusting you. And if they get someone on the end of the phone who says, oh, you were planning your honeymoon? Okay, have you thought of where you'd like to go? It's different than if you have someone saying, oh my God, congratulations. That's gonna be like, you're getting married, first of all, and your honeymoon, that's gonna be one of the most epic trips. I would love to help you plan that. There's just something in there that is just a piece that's hard to explain, that a person makes a decision of who, if they're speaking with more than one travel advisor, it's the passion that makes the difference. And I put on the screen that your enthusiasm will translate into more bookings and deals closed. There is no question about that. So the next one is ask questions in the right way. So we all know that we have to ask open-ended questions when we're speaking to our clients. And I think back to when I first started in the industry, what the hell is an open-ended question? Like, what exactly should I be asking? So I used to write them down, and I encourage all of you to write down the same questions and go to those if you're not quite sure. I think still my favorite, which I actually didn't put up there, is what was your favorite trip? And, oh no, I did put it in there. What was your favorite trip and what made it so special? And let them talk. You'll get out what hotel it was or what cruise line it was, whether they had a balcony that made it special, whether they had a gym, whether it had an ocean view. All of those things are their gift to you because they are telling you what you need to put in front of them to make them happy. Some other ones that work really well. What lasting memories do you want from this particular trip? Another way of saying that, or what are the top 3 things that are your wish list for this trip? But whatever it is you like to ask as an open-ended, whatever those questions are, I encourage you to write them down, but I also encourage you just to listen and to write it down. Whatever it is that they're saying that are those little nuggets that you can use for the proposal you're putting together for them is really key. Now, on that question issue, which was the last slide, there are 2 questions that always make me kind of cringe when I hear if they're just asked the wrong way. And one of them is about upgrades, and I'm going to talk about upgrades a little bit later in one of the other slides, but if you just ask somebody, do you want an upgraded room? What is that? What is that saying to them? Because if it's just a cost, most people say, no, I'm fine with this. But if it's a value proposition to them, it's a room with a partial ocean view or an ocean view, or it's a cabin with a balcony, be descriptive about what they're going to be getting from paying the upgrade cost. The other question that kind of can be a bit awkward and a bit cringy is, what's your budget? Now, I hear lots of people say that, I've never really liked saying that, or that exact way of saying it. I like, what are you comfortable spending? And just one little word lets them know that you're prioritizing their comfort in explaining that to you, because everyone has a comfort point. They might go over, but that's what they're comfortable paying. The next thing, and I hear my parents in my head with this one as well, is that do what you say you're going to do. And I mentioned to you that I would always give somebody a deadline of when I would get back to them. But there's probably a lot of you in this room, most of you in this room, that were told that someone would do something by a certain time and they didn't, and you kind of get cranky waiting. It would have been so much better if you had just heard from them and said, I can't get all the information I need to put this in front of you properly, so I will get back to you by this time. Again, that word my parents said, being considerate of someone. The other thing that I find is often overlooked, especially when you're young and eager and keen and new to industry, is patience is a skill that a lot of people miss when it comes to sales. And so you need to trust yourself, if you're putting together a proper proposal, that it has included everything that they need to make an informed decision, and then give them time. They have to talk to maybe their spouse, their work, get childcare, maybe get pet care, whatever it is. So I normally would get back to someone either a day later or 2 days later and ask them if there is anything that I could add, change, delete to improve the proposal that I've put in front of them, if there were things that weren't quite right. But give people time. Send them timely reminders and send 5 reminders. Sometimes it takes that many before you get the actual sale.